Hello, hello, welcome to the live, everybody. How are we doing? Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, we're doing some anatomy and physiology questions. Welcome back, everybody. How you guys doing? I have missed you guys. It's good to see you guys again, good to be back. It's a nice Monday night. I'm about to go through some anatomy and physiology questions here. Want some more people join. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's exciting to be here again with you guys. How are you guys doing? How's your Monday night going? But welcome, 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 welcome to the live stream here. We're going over some anatomy and physiology questions. Hopefully you guys can partake here. We'll start here just in a couple minutes or seconds whenever we get some people to join. We'll go through these questions and I'll answer some of your other questions. Feel free to comment any questions that you guys have. I do post all of the answers to this to my Instagram as well. But yeah, this should be a good stream here. I got about 30 anatomy and physiology questions that we'll be going through here shortly. But yeah, it's great to be back. I've definitely missed live streaming, so we'll be here tonight, and then we'll be back tomorrow, and potentially Wednesday and Thursday as well. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for everything. We'll get started here in just a second. All right, we got some people in here, so we haven't started the quiz yet, but let's go. Number 1 is, what does the prefix hypo mean? We're not on number 4 yet, but we'll get there. This is for anatomy and physiology. Hypos means below. Yes, the answer. Let's change this. Below. That is correct. It's a little better. Anyway, number 2. What does the suffix itis indicate? Inflammation. That is correct. Alrighty. Alright, number 3. What subatomic particle carries a positive charge? Proton. Starting off with some basic questions. Number 4, what is the main energy currency of the cell? I saw some people answering that earlier. Did anyone else want to take some? Yep, ATP, which is for adenosine triphosphate. Moving on to number 5, the fluid mosaic model describes the structure of what? A, the nucleus, B, the plasma membrane, C, the ribosome, D, the mitochondria. You can either answer with the letter number letter. I said letter number, just a letter, or the actual answer. But it is B. Yes, you guys are correct. Plasma membrane. And then which organelle is responsible for protein synthesis? We have A for ribosome, B for Golgi apparatus, C for lysosome, D for mitochondria. B, ribosome A. What type of epithelial tissue is found in the alveoli of the lungs, allowing for gas exchange? This is anatomy and physiology, yeah. There are some bio questions in here. I started this quiz off with a couple easier questions to get us going here. Right now we're on number 7. It's which type of epithelial tissue is found in the alveoli of the lungs, which allow for gas exchange. What are we thinking? We have stratified squamous, simple columnar, D, transitional. Transitional would more so be the bladder, because the bladder is what needs to expand. But so 7 is B, simple squamous. And simple squamous is more for diffusion. But number 8, tendons connect A, bone to bone, B, muscle to bone, C, muscle to muscle, and D, ligaments to muscle. I'm going to write in here bladder. What the SAT season? I have no idea. Anyway, 8 is B. Tendons connect muscles to bones. Alrighty, on to number 9. Which layer of the skin contains blood vessels, nerves, and sweat glands? The epidermis, the dermis, hypodermis, and the stratum corneum. F. F is definitely not an answer choice. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds to answer the question. The answer is D. I'm sorry, not D. B, dermis. I was saying not D. Is anyone a little confused about that one? Yash, stratum corneum is incorrect, as it is the uppermost layer. That is correct. Thanks for following. Lacey, thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining the live. I really appreciate you guys being here. I have all my study guides for anatomy in my bio. I got a test over this on Thursday. Well, good luck on your test. Is everyone pretty good on that one? What does the hypodermis? The hypodermis is, it contains fat, like adipose tissue, normally. Nerves, the picinio corpuscles. It does contain like blood vessels and nerves and stuff, but it's the sweat glands that really give that one away. Let's move on to number 10. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. How can I get these practice questions? After the live, I post them to my Instagram, which is medzig.ollie, which I just changed my TikTok name to that, so. It'll be there after the live stream if you want to give me a follow over there. My first practical was tomorrow, and integumentary will be on there for sure. Good luck. Adipose is a cushioning. It is, it's adipose is just fat tissue or whatever. 10 is C, melanin. You guys are awesome. The largest bone in the human body is the A, humerus, B, femur, C, tibia, or D, pelvis. B, that would be femur. That is correct. I said for a whole month and still did bad on the textbook. I read the textbook. Yeah, it's we're gonna get to AP2. There's some AP2 questions a little more down. Just give us a couple of minutes here while we work through some of these problems. Anyway, what type of bone is found in the skull? Is it A, long bone, B, short bone, C, flat bone, or D, irregular bone? That's number 12. We're on number 12. Not sure. C, yeah. It is C, flat bones. My recommended study methods. So, real quick here. So we have anatomy and physiology. So anatomy being what/where. Physiology being how/why. You want to. This is more so like definition based. This is like your typical like memory stuff. So I definitely recommend flashcards, labeling, things like that. And then for physiology, when you have to understand how or why something works or why something isn't working, I recommend looking at your notes and try, like, you know, read through a little section in your notes. Like if you have a topic and then you have bullet points, read through it and see if you know all these topics, and then look away and see if you can recall these topics from memory and try to explain it out loud. If you can explain it out loud to yourself or another person, then you definitely know it. But let's move on. Let's see here. Thanks for following, guys, and thanks for joining the live. Thanks for liking and everything. Could I explain all the different types? Yes. Give me 1 second. My exams are worth 65% of my grade. Is that normal? It depends. I've had, not for anatomy and physiology, not really. Most of my exams were like 20% of my grade. That's pretty ridiculous. But I don't blame you. If you want access to the worksheet, it's going to be on my Instagram right after the live stream. I'm using GoodNotes. And this is, you guys are correct. This is cardiac. I do tutoring sessions. They're in my bio on my website. So the long bone, let's see here. So irregular bones are like your vertebrae. Short bone are like your tarsals and metatarsals, like, yeah. And then long bone like femur, humerus. And flat bone is like the bones that are in your skull and stuff, or your scapula. But anyway, the contractile, number 14, the contractile unit of a muscle fiber is called a myofiber, sarcomere, actin, or myosin. Yes, or the sternum, yes. Sternum and ribs. Yes, the ethmoid is an irregular bone, because it doesn't really fit into like a category. All right, 14, the contractile unit of a muscle fiber is called a sarcomere. Alrighty, moving on to 15, the CNS consists of brain and spinal cord, sensory and motor neurons, brain and cranial nerves, spinal nerves, and ganglia. "15 is A. Awesome, guys. Awesome. 16. What is CNS? CNS is the central nervous system. Alrighty. Number 18. Which part of the neuron receives incoming signals? Is it the axon, the dendrite, myelin, or the synapse? Give you guys a couple more seconds here. Yep, B, that is correct. You guys are so smart. Congratulations. Moving on to number 17, we're flying through these. These are a little easier questions, hopefully. But which gland is known as the master gland? We have the thyroid, the pituitary, the adrenal, and the hypothalamus. This is a little, sometimes can be tricky depending on how you look at it. But we're on 17 now. Let's give it a couple more seconds here while you guys answer. So definitely want to cross like two out here. Thyroid and adrenal. So we have the pituitary and the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is more so known as the master regulator, while the pituitary is more of the master gland. So the answer would be B. The master gland is the pituitary gland. Which hormone regulates blood sugar levels? Yes, hypothalamus does help release it. Hey, everybody knows that one. Insulin, great, great, great. Awesome, awesome. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're doing some anatomy and physiology questions. Thanks for liking, thanks for joining, thanks for sharing, and thanks for following. I really appreciate you guys a lot. All right, we're on to anatomy and physiology 2 questions now. So we have number 19. Which chamber of the heart pumps blood to the lungs? We have the right atrium, the left atrium, the right ventricle, and the left ventricle. We're going to get these questions. You have files to download. Yes, you can get these. All these questions, all the answers are going to be on my Instagram right after the lecture. It's medzeg.ollie. And then my notes and study guides that I have while I was in anatomy and physiology are in my bio as well. On the video that I just posted today, I do have a 5% off coupon on top of the 10% that's already on there. It's at the end of the video if you want to go grab that if you were interested. But anyway, 19 is C, the right ventricle. If we have our heart diagram here, this is going to be this is the right atrium, right ventricle, left atria and left ventricle, and then this is like my really crappy heart drawing thing. There's the aorta. And then these are our pulmonary arteries. So to the lungs here, you have to go through the pulmonary artery, which is away from the heart, and blood flow goes to the right atrium into the right ventricle, and then it gets pumped through the pulmonary artery to the lungs, returns back in the left atrium through pulmonary veins into the left ventricle, and then out the aorta to the rest of the body. All right, moving on. Number 20. What type of blood vessels carry oxygenated blood away from the heart? Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions. Oh my god. Thanks for joining. Thanks for following. We're on number 20 right now. 20. The question asks, which type of blood vessel carries oxygenated blood away from the heart? And that would be arteries. And the way that I always think about it is away has an A in it, so A, and then artery has an A, so artery. That's how I always remember that. Alrighty, and then number 21, the primary muscle responsible for breathing is the what? Arteries for away, that is correct. Alright, C, diaphragm. Gas exchange occurs in the blank for number 22. See again. Good job. Number 23, where does protein digestion begin? We have mouth, stomach, small intestine, or large intestine. And we're going through these questions pretty fast, so I'm going to make sure I pull up some more here. 23, where does protein digestion begin? So digestion does begin in the mouth, but protein digestion begins in the stomach. So are we all set on that one here? Let me make sure. Were we... Your lifesaver on my second exam this weekend. Awesome. Yeah, good luck on your exam this weekend. You got it. Did I miss any? Okay, learning. Can I go over ossification? Yeah, give me 1 second here. I'm about to actually post these notes later. So, endochondral ossification here. The way that I remember it, the mnemonic, boys can't pee during erections. A little inappropriate, but that's how I remember things sometimes. But boys for bone collar formation, cant for cavitation of the hyaline cartilage, P for periosteal butt invasion, spongy bone formation, D for during is diaphysis elongation, and then E, erections, was for epiphyses ossification. These notes are on my website. Hey, Bjorn, how are you doing? It's nice to see you again here on the live. But real quick, this is it. These notes, I haven't posted them yet. I'm going to post them probably tonight or tomorrow. But anyway, we're moving on to question number... Madison, thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. Can I please? Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll upload them a little later. Probably right after the live. Then I'll try to make sure it's up. But anyway, I did have a discount code on my last video at the very end. Do I have any notes on Chapter 4 tissues? I absolutely do. They are also on my website. They are all over here. So I have quite a few notes on those. But let's move on to number 24. The liver produces bile, which helps digest what? Chapter 8, I don't have the bone tissue up yet. I do have endocrine notes, yes. The thing that I just showed you from the bones is not up yet. I'm going to upload it later tonight. The app that I use for my notes is GoodNotes. But anyway, 24. The answer is fats. Were we all good on number 24? Did we need an explanation on that? GoodNotes is not free. Do I have Hezi A&P? I don't, but send me an email and I can take a look into it for you, Haley, for the Hezi A&P. I just had an exam today, special senses and endocrine. I failed probably. Hopefully you did not fail. I'm going to be taking anatomy next year. Are you still going to be doing this? Absolutely, I will still be doing this. My email is medzeg.ollie@gmail.com. It's on my website as well. What am I in school for? Thanks for all the follow, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm in school for... So I just finished my master's degree in November. I'm currently applying for my PhD in molecular medicine. That's what I did my master's in. Specifically, I'm specialized in cancer research. Someone, can you explain? So bile, let's see. Bile is responsible for emulsification. So I would definitely get a definition down here. And then it also increases lipase. So that's why. So it's going to help digest fats through emulsification and increasing lipase. So it's an enzyme for lipids. For that answers. Do I have digestive system notes? I do have digestive system notes. I can go over the digestive system out here. I do see some comments. Sometimes I miss a question. Feel free to put it back in if I miss a question. Sorry about that. Sometimes my questions don't update like fast enough, and like my comments on like my computer are very glitchy, so sometimes I'll miss one. So I definitely apologize about that. Anything for the Hezi? I don't have specifically. Chris, if you have any specific questions on the digestive system, we'll go through them when I go through these questions. To get a copy of these, it's going to be on my Instagram after the live. Yes, so isn't bile stored in the gallbladder and produced in the liver? Yes, bile is produced by the liver but stored. Let's put this here. So liver produces, gallbladder stores. This is just for A and P normally. 25. The functional unit of the kidney is... Let's move on here. Some of you guys email send. I'm supposed to take my test next week. Gotcha. I'll definitely take a look into it for you. Thank you for sending me the email. Anyway, the functional unit of the kidney is... I've seen some answers here, but it is the nephron. Now we'll move on to number 26. 26, urine is stored in the blank. Do I have anything for T's? I don't currently have anything specific, but I'd be more than happy to make something for it eventually here. Let's see. Bladder is correct. In males, sperm is produced in the blank. Yeah, I definitely can. Twenty-seven. In males, sperm is produced in the... It is C, testes. 28, the female reproductive system, the female reproductive organ where fertilization typically occurs is the... Let's see here. A couple different answer choices, so it would be... So give you guys a couple more seconds. It'd be C, it'd be the fallopian tubes. So the female reproductive organ where fertilization typically occurs is in the fallopian tubes. And we are on 29 here. Which type of white blood cell is responsible for producing antibodies? What are we doing here? 29 is... Give you guys a couple more seconds here to answer. 29 is B cells. They produce antibodies. I have that. All right, the lymphatic system helps maintain... We're on the last question here, and then I can make some more questions. We're on number 30. Lymphatic system helps maintain. B. Fluid bounce. Okay, yeah, we can definitely go back. Give me 1 second. Alrighty, we all want to go. The answer for 25 was the functional unit of a kidney is the A nephron. Again, this will be on my Instagram afterwards. Ooh, I love this lab. Awesome. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Someone was asking about that digestive system. Would we be good with... Thanks for following, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Would you guys be interested in me doing... some more difficult digestive system questions? Would be interested in that. I don't have a study guide for the T's, but if you send me an email, it's on my website down at the bottom. I can definitely get something going for that. All right, yes for... but someone asked to explain this one real quick. So B cells are activated when they come across a specific antigen. So like a foreign substance. T cells are also, like, they're lymphocytes, but they don't produce antibodies. Macrophages, they digest the pathogens. and cell debris and stuff like that, but they don't produce antibodies. And neutrophils are a white blood cell, and they just attack pathogens and do phagocytosis, but they do not produce antibodies. But give me 1 second here, and I'll get some harder digestive system. Can we do tissues? Yeah, we'll do tissues afterwards. Do I have a study guide for the MCAT? I don't currently have a study guide for the MCAT, but I am working on one. I am definitely working on one, though. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to pull up some of my digestive system questions. These ones are a little harder. I gave some easy ones just to kind of start off with, just to get the ball rolling on today. But you guys are all warmed up now, and you guys are getting a lot of these right. So, with that being said, we'll just gotta find the file. Alrighty. Can you do a study guide for the respiratory system, please? I do have one on there. How can I receive the notes for the digestive system? They're on my website. The link to that is in my bio on TikTok here. I have everything up there mostly. All of Anatomy 2 is up. I don't have all of Anatomy 1 up yet, though. But give me 1 second here, guys. Alrighty. Do I do microbiome reviews? I can. Wait, do they? No. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I need to study tissues for my exam next weekend. Oh, gotcha. Let me put this back up. Just give me 1 more second. I'm about to do. Thank you for this. Yeah, no problem. I'm more than happy to. Yeah, we can do some cardiovascular questions. Do you guys have any just regular like anatomy and physiology questions right now before you while I'm setting this up and I can take a look at? I'm setting up digestive system questions, and then we can do some tissues afterwards. Alrighty. Give me 1 second. So sorry, guys. We went through these questions a lot faster than I thought we were. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to add these here. Alrighty. Moving on to some digestive system questions. Alright, let's see. Thank you for this. Me too. I just bought. Thank you. I'm glad that you think they are good. Endocrine, any more help with it? Yeah, we can do some endocrine here. Midterms this week. Alrighty. Anyway, let's get going here. Are we all good? Are we able to see here? Thanks for joining the live. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for liking and following and stuff, and for getting the notes. I really appreciate you guys a lot. You guys are super awesome. Do I have Anatomy and Physiology 1? I don't have a bundle yet. I don't have all of mine posted yet because I've been going back. My professor skipped over some of Can you enlarge a bit? Yeah. I can actually. I'm going to move my tripod down a little bit. Alrighty. Was that better? What's your live schedule? Thank you. Yeah, no problem. I typically try to go live kind of every night around like 7 or 8 Eastern Standard Time during the week. But let's start these questions here. Alondra, where are you at? Like, what chapter are you on? Because I have it. I'm pretty much going to be up to chapter 7 right now. What is... what is diffusion in the cell? There's a couple different types. Mostly it's passive movement. So a passive... let's see, I have some room up here. So a passive would go from like high to low concentration. But which of the following stimulates the release of bile from the gallbladder into the duodenum? Let's start with question 1. I need 4, 5, and 6 for my exam this weekend. I have chapter 4 and 5 up, and 6 is going to be posted tonight. Did that answer the question on the cell diffusion? Hopefully. I finished all this in school last. I don't remember any of it, yeah. Can't see the full question. Just the gallbladder there. Let's pull it up some more. Oh, hey, Dan. Welcome, Dan. Happy to learn with the goat. I appreciate that. Alrighty. Do we have these in here? Did everyone answer the question? For which of the following stimulates the release of bile from the gallbladder into the duodenum? Yeah. So the answer is CCK. All right, and then let's move on here. What is the primary function of the circular folds in the small intestine? B. All saying B. B is correct. It is to slow down the movement of chyme and increase surface area for absorption. Someone asked, give me 1 second, how does the sodium potassium ATP phase function? It's kind of a longer video, but essentially it kind of does like Na plus K plus, so 2, 3. So this will go outside, and this will go inside. So that's kind of what it does. It pumps 2 potassium inside and 3 sodium out. A bit of an off-topic one. What chapter is this? This is the digestive system chapter. For number 3... which of the following digestive enzymes is secreted in an inactive form and requires activation in the stomach? That is pepsinogen. You guys are correct. Number 4, the intrinsic factor necessary for vitamin B12 absorption is secreted by which cells in the stomach? Where can I get practice questions like these to take on my own? I will be putting these on my Instagram afterwards. I know that because of Pepto-Bismol. Awesome, Dan. Number 4. Number 4 is B, parietal cells. Is everyone good on that one? No. My tummy hurts a lot. Me too. Question 1. Yeah, there's question 1. It'll be on my Instagram after the live. Did I miss anybody's questions? But most of these questions come from myself making them. Or whenever I've just been in anatomy and physiology a lot. Do I have anything for the T's? Not currently. But if you send me an email or fill out my form, I can definitely start getting something together for that. I would definitely be more than happy to. I'm new here. Okay, it's the same as my my Instagram. For some reason, it doesn't let me like link it, but it's medzig.ollie. Were we good on number 4? Or did we need an explanation on that? I saw that there were some questions from the U.S. Were anyone good on that one? Do I do any tutoring? Yeah, I do. Explanations would be nice. So. Essentially here for number 3, we have IF, which is a glycoprotein, and it's secreted by glycoprotein, and it's secreted by parietal cells in the stomach. And it's responsible for vitamin B12 absorption. So IF, intrinsic factor, binds to vitamin B12 in the stomach. So hopefully that answered that question. But do I have any YouTube videos? Not currently. But I will be putting some out. All right, let's move on to number 5. Which layer of the gastrointestinal tract is responsible for peristalsis? Mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, and the serosa. All right, C. Yep, you guys are correct. The answer is C. Do we need an explanation on that one, or do you guys want to move on? Are we good on that one? Or were we needing... You should definitely make YouTube videos. I feel like I'm learning more here than my professor. That's great. I'm glad that I'm able to help more, but I'm definitely going to... Explanation, please. All right, yeah, I will give an explanation. I definitely want to... If I also do, like, Jenny, if you want to send, like, an email or something, if you want, like, a specific video, definitely let me know, and I would gladly make it. I guess I've had some trouble coming up with some, like, video ideas for the YouTube, so. But the muscularis externa is, it's a layer that contains smooth muscle. And this is what contracts. Which is basically peristalsis. So it moves food. Were there any more questions on that one? Thanks for following, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for liking and sharing and stuff. You guys are awesome. But it's like, it has like wave-like contractions, things like that. Coco Chanel, hello, hi. Were we good on that, or do we want to move on? Was anyone confused on that now? The mucosa is responsible for like secretion, absorption, protection. The submucosa is what has like blood vessels, lymphatics, nerves. I'm just gonna put etc. here, and the serosa is what reduces friction of the GI tract and organs. So we good there? Again, these will be posted on my Instagram afterwards. Do I tutor one-on-one? Yeah, I do. What is the what is the main function of the hepatic portal vein in digestion? Is it to transport bile from the liver to the gallbladder, to carry oxygen-rich blood to the liver, to transport nutrient-rich blood from the GI tract to the liver, or to filter waste from the bloodstream? I can't memorize anything, and my exam is in 2 days. What is your exam on? You definitely can. There's definitely ways that you can memorize. Depending on like what it is, there's definitely some techniques that you can do. But anyway, we'll answer this question here. 6 is, so what is the main function of the hepatic portal vein in digestion? And that is to transport nutrient-rich blood from the GI tract to the liver. Do we need an explanation on that one? That one, it kind of gives it away, and like, you know, it's a vein, so it's going to return oxygen. When in doubt, guess C. Yeah, I guess so, Dan. Alright, but we'll move on to number 7. Which of the following hormones is responsible for stimulating gastric acid secretion? Is it gastrin, secretin, CCK, or leptin? Leptin. I have eating in the morning. We'll continue on Instagram later in the day. Oh, wow, it's 2:30 in the UK. Jeesh. Go to bed. 7 is A. It's gastrin. Number 8. The majority of nutrient absorption occurs in which part of the small intestine? But yeah, thank you for joining from the UK. I appreciate that. That was super cool. See here. So we're on number 8 now. So the majority of nutrient absorption occurs in which part of the small intestine? I'm seeing a couple different choices between A or B. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds to answer. And you will say, you guys, all right, it's not C or D. I'm going to give the answer now. So, the majority of nutrient absorption occurs in which part of the small intestine? It is the jejunum. This is where there's some absorption, but this is where the majority of it takes place. This is where a lot of it takes place. We good on that one, or? I saw a lot of people putting A for that one. There is some secretion, but there's not very much compared to the jejunum. I think this is my new favorite account. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm glad. Very honored. If there's any ways that I can continue to be your favorite account, let me know. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. Thanks for following, guys. How often do I go live? I try to go live Monday through Thursday. But anyway, let's move on to number 9 real quick. Which of the following structures prevents food from entering the nasal cavity during swallowing? I'm taking AP1. I'll definitely be tuning in. Fantastic. I'm so glad. Number 9. This one's a little more tricky in a way. I'm seeing a lot of different answer choices here. This is kind of a question I see that I don't really care for that much. Give me one second. This was a question from a homework assignment that I've had. Give me one second. So the answer, which I would accept both. So the correct answer from this is uvula, but I would also accept the soft palate for this one. This one got corrected on our homework assignments. It isn't the main structure, but I guess it should have said, like, which of the following is the main structure that prevents, which is the uvula. But the soft palate does also contribute to that. But if we put main structure, I don't like that question. I didn't really think about that till I put it back in there. But this is for like your esophagus. What are you studying and what are you trying to achieve? Esophagus. What are you studying and what are you trying to achieve? I just graduated with my master's degree in November in molecular medicine. I'm currently applying to some PhD programs in molecular medicine. I'm currently applying to some PhD programs in molecular medicine. What are we thinking here? For number 10. For number 10. BB. What am I studying for again? It's in molecular medicine. I just graduated with my master's in November. The answer for 10 is B. It is water and electrolyte absorption. Good job, guys. Can move on then. Thank you. Yeah, I'm applying for my PhD right now. Which pancreatic enzyme is responsible for digesting proteins in the small intestine? Gatorade. That's amazing. Keep it up. Thank you. Alrighty, we're on number 11 now. Which enzyme is responsible for digesting proteins in the small intestine? Give you a study tip. I recommend, so let me just put, I'll just put like PowerPoint slide, like this is your title, like your topic, and then you have your bullet points. The best way to study here, I think, is to kind of like have a checklist of each bullet point. And so like whatever your topic is, let's just say it's like pancreatic enzymes, and there's a bullet point about each of them. Read through it, look away, and see if you can recall what you just read, and then go back and check off the ones that you got right and ones you got wrong. And that's the fastest way I would go if you have an exam tomorrow. But anyway, the answer is C, trypsin. Any helpful tips for studying muscle contraction? I definitely recommend kind of starting like a flow chart, and then so get a flow chart from start to finish, and then write it in condensed words as much as possible, and then try to explain it out loud to somebody else. Try to write this flow chart out again in your brain. So what are the functions of the other ones someone asked? So let's go through those real quick. Amylase breaks down carbs. Specifically in salivary glands. Lipase, if you think of, break down the word here, it's a little, so you have lipid. So lipid, ACE, enzyme. So this is going to break down lipids. And this is in the pancreas. Then the stomach and the mouth. And then lactase breaks down, if you think lactose, so it breaks down lactose. This is in the small intestine, so hopefully that answers that question. Are we good to move on? Nice bracelet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Were you good on that question? Are we ready to move on to number 12? I like your bracelet. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I get so you got John 3:16. I have more of these too. I know they've all broken. Jeremiah 29:11. Move on. All right. So number 12. What is the role of the bicarbonate secreted by the pancreas into the duodenum? What is the role of the bicarbonate that is secreted by the pancreas into the duodenum? B. Yes. Great. Fantastic, guys. You guys know your stuff. Alrighty, so we'll move on here since we got that all right. Here to number 13. The mind-enteric plexus is responsible for which function in the digestive system? Is it secreting digestive enzymes, controlling gastrointestinal motility, producing mucus for lubrication, or D, absorbing nutrients? Thanks for following, guys, and thanks for sharing. I really appreciate it. Let's take a look here. The mind-enteric plexus is responsible for which function of the digestive system? Do we know? Got a couple answers here. Might wait a couple more seconds here. If you're just joining, we are going through some anatomy and physiology practice questions, specifically in the digestive system. I'm going to answer now. It is B, controlling gastrointestinal motility. Tabe and Annette got that right. Congrats and thank you for answering. But essentially, it is what regulates the smooth muscle contraction in the GI tract. All right, last two questions. Which of the following is not a function of the liver in digestion? Is it produce bile, detoxifying harmful substances, absorbing lipids from the small intestine, or storing glycogen for energy regulation? Let's see here. What are we thinking for number 14? Which of the following is not a function of the liver in digestion? See a couple here. So I'm seeing a lot of D's here, but the answer is C. And I'll explain that here. So it does produce bile and it is detoxifying. So storing energy. So the liver does store glycogen. And it releases blood sugar levels. That makes sense. I saw some people got that one wrong, but were we good on that one, or do we want to move on? But the answer is C. Absorbing lipids from the small intestine. Now good to move on. Makes sense. Gotcha. All right. Last question here. Which of the following is absorbed directly into the lymphatic system rather than the bloodstream? So the answer is C, triglycerides. I saw some people answering B. So amino acids are water soluble. And they're absorbed directly into the bloodstream. So the rest of these are all bloodstream. Alrighty. So those were all the questions that I did have for the live today. I know there was some tissue ones, but I will be back again to live tomorrow. I'm gonna write it down. These are the answers. That's good. Do I have any explaining anatomy and physiology chapters 1, 2, and 3? I do have chapters 1, 2, and 3 on my website. It's terminology, chemistry, and cell biology, but we're gonna do tissues tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I really want to thank you guys for joining, and thanks for everything. You guys are awesome. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll start with tissues, and we can move on to whatever. But thank you guys for watching, and thanks for following. I'll be back again tomorrow if you want to give me a follow and everything. These are going to be on my Instagram as well, medzig.ollie. I'm going to post IG. All the stuff from today, all the questions, also integumentary. Yeah, I'll do that as well. So, plus. So I'll put some practice questions on there for both of those. Yep, I will be posting these right afterwards. But I really appreciate you guys joining, and thanks for commenting and all the things that you guys do. You guys make it all worth it. Were there any quick questions here before I go? Did you guys all get the... But if not, I will go, and I will be back tomorrow. Were there any quick questions before I head out? But we'll be back with tissues and the integumentary system tomorrow. So for some people, but for me, that's chapter 4 plus 5. Thanks for following, and thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing. But if not here, it's going to be the end. I really appreciate you guys joining, and thanks for following. Definitely give me a follow if you want to keep seeing these, and send me an email or submit a form if you guys have any specific questions for lives. But as of right now, tomorrow will be tissues and integumentary system. Alrighty, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Ooh, perfect timing, because TikTok's about to kick me off here for being quote-unquote inactive. I keep missing it. I'm trying to end the live. Boop. Alright. You guys.